Welcome to the course Electronic Circuits and One. Unit 4 Frequency Response of Amplifier. The topic is Amplifier Frequency Response and the Frequency Response of Amplifier with Circuit Capacitors. The amplifier frequency response means all amplifier gain are function of always signal frequency. At low frequency, the gain is low, and even at high frequency, the gain is low. In mid frequency, the gain remains constant. But at low frequency, when you decrease your frequency, the gain is decreasing. Whereas in high frequency, when you increase your frequency, the gain is decreasing. Okay, at mid frequency, you are having the maximum gain. Okay, then when your gain falls to AM divided by root 2, okay, that time if you take dB, then there will be 3 dB fall off. That is called lower cutoff frequency. Similarly, if you take 3 dB fall off at higher frequency side, then that is higher cutoff frequency. Then the difference between the higher cutoff frequency and the lower cutoff frequency is the bandwidth. Okay, and also in general, the frequency is mentioned in the log scale. In general, the frequency is mentioned in the log scale. Okay, then now we'll see why there is frequency, why there is gain fall off at low frequencies. Similarly, there is gain fall off at high frequency also. What is the reason? Okay, see one by one we'll see. Now, if you are in low frequency range, when f is less than fl, the gain decreases as the frequency decreases because of the coupling and bypass capacitors. Okay, these are all the physical capacitors that will be connecting to the transistor. Okay, and then that produces some effect at low frequencies, so that the gain decreases at low frequencies. Okay, next at high frequency, when f is greater than fh, okay, gain decreases as the frequency increases due to the effect of stray capacitance and transistor capacitance. These are all not the physical capacitors. Okay, these are all like device capacitance that will be formed at high frequency operations. Okay, now again in the mid frequency range, okay, gain remains constant. Okay, and here the effect of uh, coupling and bypass capacitor act as a short circuit, and the device capacitors act as a open circuit. Okay, in such a way that it gives you the what constant gain, constant gain. Now, what is the bandwidth here? The bandwidth here is always the difference between the, in general, the bandwidth is a difference between higher cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency. This FH, FH and FL are 3 dB cutoff frequency, or 3 dB cutoff frequency. Okay, 3 dB cutoff frequency. Now, what is 3 dB cutoff frequency? Definition. Okay. It is the frequency at which the voltage gain reduced to A maximum divided by root 2, or the power gain reduced to 1 by 2. You know the difference between the power and voltage. Okay, power is equal to voltage square. So that's why if the voltage goes to 1 by root 2 times, then power will go to 1 by 2 times. Okay, then why the capacitor affects the frequency response of the amplifier? Okay, so the capacitor reactance Xc is equal to 1 by omega C. That means if you increase your frequency, if your frequency is very, very high, then the reactance is zero. Okay, impedance provided by the capacitor is zero. If you are operating at some frequency, then you'll get some reactance. If your frequency is very, very low, then the reactance is infinite. Okay, depending on the frequency of operation, capacitor may act as a short circuit or open circuit, or it may provide some finite reactance. Hence, it affects the frequency response of the amplifier. Okay. Next, frequency response of the transistor amplifier with the circuit capacitors. Okay, this capacitor is like a physical capacitor that will be connecting to the transistor. Okay, again, we'll analyze first low frequency region. Okay, low frequency response of C amplifier. Okay, when we do the analysis, frequency analysis, we have to remove the effect of DC sources, and also Vs is the source, Rs is source resistance, this is coupling capacitor 1, this is coupling capacitor 2 output side, and this is bypass capacitor. Now, when we have three capacitors, okay, already we have removed the effect of DC, that is VCC is removed. Okay, you are having three capacitors, physical capacitors, CC1, CC2, CE. During the analysis, we have to consider one capacitor and we have to remove the effect of other capacitors. Say, if you are considering CC1, then you have to remove the effect of other capacitors. That means you have to short circuit the effect of CC2 and CE. Similarly, once if you consider the effect of CC2 and the effect of CC1 and CE has to be removed. Similarly, if you consider CE, then effect of CC1 and CC2 has to be removed. That is the analysis. So first, we'll analyze the effect of input coupling capacitors. Okay. That time we'll assume that CA emitter capacitance and coupling capacitor 2 act as a short circuit. Okay. And this is the H parameter or pi parameter model of the transistor given. Okay, and then RE can be removed because once if you short circuit CE, the effect of RE will be removed. Then you have short circuited this one. Once if this is removed, then this will be connected to the ground. Then again, this R1 will be connected to the ground. R2 is already with the ground. Then R1, R2 will come in parallel. Okay, that we can write it as a single resistor RB. Okay, then the remaining portion is the signal and source resistance and complete coupling capacitance. Okay, and this is the pi model. Okay, once if at the base side if you are having R pi impedance, then V pi voltage will be developed. Then the current at the output side is GM into V pi. Then at the output side you are having two resistance because this RC will be grounded. So and again RL is there already, capacitor is short circuit. So now you'll get the diagram like this. Okay, then first we'll find out what is V pi. Okay, see, V pi means voltage developed on this resistor. Okay, because of this voltage, and you can analyze this circuit separately, input side separately, output side separately, because this point has been grounded to the, this point is connected to the ground. So you can consider this as a separate circuit. So once if you consider, then you can apply the voltage division formula here. Okay, if you take this as a one resistance and this two as another resistance, then you can apply the voltage division formula. Okay, then whatever the voltage that is available here, same voltage will be available here because these two are in parallel. So now what is V pi? Okay, V pi is equal to the V signal source voltage and RB in parallel with R pi, RB in parallel with R pi, then total resistance. Then total resistance is this one, and then effect of capacitance and as well as RS. Okay, then RB parallel R pi, okay, plus RS plus 1 by S CC1, SCC1. Okay, then this is the V pi only. Then what is the output voltage? Okay, what is the output voltage? If you see here, output voltage is taken across the RL. Already RC is in parallel with RL, so both are parallel to each other. So again, the voltage here depends on both RC and RL. Okay, and also how much current is flowing into this branch. Here current is flowing in this way, then you can also take the current in the opposite manner with negative sign. So the output voltage V naught is equal to, this is in the opposite direction, so minus GM V pi and the parallel combination of this one, that is RC parallel RL. RC parallel RL. Okay, in this equation, you have to substitute the value of pi. Okay, how much signal voltage is coming to the output side. So that is because V pi is there already. GM some value will be there for a transistor. Okay, transconductance value of the transistor. So now you have to substitute only V pi value. Okay, once then we'll substitute the V pi value. Okay, after substituting V pi value, once if you substitute here, you will get V signal and remaining things. If you take that V signal to the left hand side, you'll get the gain. You will get the gain of the amplifier. Okay, V naught divided by V signal is the overall gain of the amplifier. Okay, so once first I will substitute. Okay, first V naught GM RC parallel RL, RC parallel RL. Then you write these remaining terms here. V signal RB parallel R pi and RB parallel R pi RS plus 1 by SC C1. Now you can take that V signal to the left hand side in the denominator. Okay, once if you take, then that is the voltage gain VO divided by V signal. Then write the remaining terms in order: minus GM V pi RC parallel RL RB parallel R pi, okay, in the denominator V pi RB parallel R pi RS plus 1 by SC C1. Now this V pi you can cancel. This V pi you can cancel. Then write the remaining terms. Okay, write the remaining terms. That is minus GM RB parallel R pi RC parallel RL divided by SC C1 RB parallel R pi. Okay, RB parallel R pi plus RS. Okay, plus RS plus 1. Okay, plus 1. Okay, now again this format is like okay, so there is one SCC1 in the numerator, and in the denominator SC and R and plus 1. So you can write in this format, say, yes, tau 1 means time constant, R into C, some resistance, some capacitance. Okay, this yes I have taken here, yes, tau 1. And then just format I am writing, don't worry about GM and all. So then next one is yes, tau 2, because this is different things, yes, tau 2 plus 1. Okay, now what is this filter nature? What is this filter nature? If the structure is like this is called as high pass filter. If the structure is like this is called as high pass filter. Why? Because once if you substitute 0 here, okay, 0 divided by 0 plus 1 is 0. But if you substitute S is equal to infinite, okay, you modify the equation in such a way you'll get some value. That means what it is transferring the high frequency, but it is not transmitting the low frequency, because S means what? J omega. It consists of frequency. Okay, so this is resembling the high pass filter nature. High pass filter nature. Okay, so then what is the time constant of the circuit? Okay, what is the cutoff frequency? How to find out the cutoff frequency? That cutoff frequency will be decided by tau 2. Okay, tau 2 is equal to RB parallel R pi R pi plus RS. Okay, this one. Okay, RS into C1. Okay, C1. Okay, the tau 2 is this value. Okay, now what is the lower cutoff frequency? Okay, this is providing high pass filter. You know, high pass filter will have lower cutoff frequency. Okay, so the lower cutoff frequency that is desired by CC1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi tau 2. 1 by 2 pi tau 2. Okay, what is tau 2 value? 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi RB parallel R pi plus RS plus RS into C1. Okay, this RB parallel R pi plus RS, I can take it as RI. Okay, it's like an input impedance. Okay, instead of RB parallel R pi, I can put RI. Okay, then this is RS. I can write like this simply. Okay, tau 2 is equal to. So once if you write like that, instead of this one, you can write 1 divided by 2 pi Ri plus Rs, okay, into C1. Okay, you can approximate, you can do the approximation. Okay, when RB parallel R pi, if you are calculating, okay, finally again RS is there. Okay, RS is there. Okay, so again which one will be larger? Okay, which one will be larger? Okay, when you have RB parallel R pi, and then finally you will get value that is closer to the smaller resistance, okay, you have to really know the values of this one. So I can approximately write 1 by 2 pi. If r pi is very very less than r pi, I will write instead of rb parallel r pi, I can write r pi. Okay, then okay, so if r pi, then r pi plus rs into c1. Okay, this is the lowest cutoff frequency. Okay, then at high frequency what happens at high frequency? Okay, at high frequency cc1 becomes short circuit. Okay, cc1 becomes short circuit. It acts as a short circuit. Okay, then what is the maximum voltage gain when capacitor is short circuited? Okay, what is the maximum voltage gain? That you can easily find out, because at very high frequency 1 by sc1 is equal to 0. 1 by scc1 is equal to 0. That you can substitute, okay, in this equation. Okay, instead of 1 by sc1 you can put 0, then you'll get the remaining component. Okay, so what is the maximum voltage gain? Av max, what is the maximum voltage gain? AV max is equal to GM. Again, I have taken the modulus, so minus will be removed. GM RC parallel RL, okay, RB parallel R pi, okay, divided by RS plus RB parallel R pi, okay. And this is the maximum voltage gain. Okay, this is the maximum voltage gain. But when you decrease your frequency, your gain also will decrease. Okay, but we have found out the cutoff frequency also. We have found out the cutoff frequency. So what is happening? Because when we analyze the low frequency, it is giving the high pass filter nature. So it goes like this. Okay, so it is reaching the maximum. Okay, at some point it is giving the cutoff frequency that only we have just now calculated. Okay, this is a lowest cutoff frequency. It is due to only the coupling capacitor C1. Then we have to analyze about the remaining coupling capacitance also, remaining coupling capacitance. Okay, then what is the role of factor? At what factor the gain is decreasing? At what factor the gain is decreasing? In general, that is gain roll off. Gain roll off at low frequency here. At low frequency here is 20 dB per decade. Okay, 20 dB per decade, or otherwise instead of 20 dB per decade, it can be written as 6 dB per octave. This 6 dB per octave. What is decade? What is octave? Okay, if you are changing your frequency 10 times, okay, if you are increasing, or you may also decrease. Okay, then there will be 20 dB change. Okay, there will be 20 dB change in the gain. That is called as decay. Or if you are increasing your gain, or if you are decreasing your gain by the factor of 2, then there will be 6 dB change. That is called as octave. Okay, 2 times change is called as octave. Okay, okay, thank you.